Hello my friend, welcome back. Today is Monday and we got a lot to do. I feel like I say that in the beginning of every video, but today we are going to be super busy. I have a lot of cleaning to do. I'm standing in front of a sink full of dishes. My stove is disgusting behind me. I have like 2 full baskets of laundry in the living room to fold. I didn't do much cleaning over the weekend and I can definitely tell, so I have to get caught up on all that today. I also have some laundry to do a little bit later. But the main thing that I want to get done and what I want to get started on early in the day is the landscaping. So the past couple videos that I have posted, you have seen me do some like home refresh kind of videos. So far I've done a video on the shutters that I've painted on my house so far and the back porch that I have kind of like refreshed. So I am not done painting my shutters yet, but I want to do the landscaping to make sure that the plants that I'm going to be planting in the flower beds are established before the winter, because I bought perennials and so they come back every year, but I want them to have good root systems before it gets super cold so that way they don't die. So I feel like I have more than one project started at once, but it's important that we get that in the ground and started before like winter comes and whatnot. It usually doesn't snow where I'm at until like October, and it doesn't usually get like super cold until November, so there's plenty of time. But if I'm going to be spending hard-earned money on landscaping things to make our house look nice, I want to make sure that it lives through the winter. So it is 9:20 right now. I don't have my watch on because I'm going to be doing some carrying of mulch and whatnot, but with it being only 9:20, I'm going to start gathering up all the things that I need. I need a shovel, I need the paper that we're going to be putting in the bed so that weeds don't grow through. I just need to get some things together before I start on the process of landscaping. You guys know, obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm just a stay-at-home mom that wants to put a little bit of love into her house. I've never done this before. We did a little bit of landscaping at our last house, but I wasn't the one to do it, so I've never personally done this before, so fingers crossed it goes good. I know how to do it. I have a good understanding of how to do it. My husband and I talked through it yesterday and he gave me some pointers of what to do, but I've never like physically done it, so I'm not exactly sure how long this is even going to take. Theoretically, I'd like to get this done before my husband got home from work today, around like 5 or 6, but we'll see how this goes. I have high hopes, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high because I've never done it before. Before we get on into the landscaping, before we get to work, I'm going to show you what I got at Lowe's the day prior to this. So I got some ferns and I also got hostas. These are starters. They were a little less expensive than the bigger ones, and it's just more cost effective for us right now, and they will grow in and get bigger over time. And then I also got a couple bigger ferns for the porch. These are hanging ferns, but you can take the hook off of the plastic nursery pot. And then I also got these really cute pots for the porch that I can switch the flowers in and out of during the seasons. This is the before. Prior to this, we had some river rock and these humongous bushes that were half dead, and they just were not very visually appealing. So my husband and I decided last year to rip them out. So I'm incredibly excited to be able to get started on the landscaping now. What I'm going to do is put the ferns in the back and then the hostas in the front, because the ferns get a little taller than the hostas do. I was going to go with like mini boxwoods instead of the ferns, but to be completely honest with you, I'm not the best at trimming shrubs. We have a couple shrubs around the other side of my house, and I tried to trim it one year whenever we first moved in, and it looked awful. So I just saved myself the headache and decided on ferns, and honestly, they're going to work out perfectly because they get a ton of shade where they're at currently, so I think they will do just fine where they're at. Now that all of the plants are sort of mapped out as to where I want to put them, I'm going to take the other set of plants that I got and do the same thing on the other side of my porch. We decided to go with a natural border last year, and then my husband put in the French drain shortly after that. So with it being a little bit of time in between deciding on the natural border and then doing the landscaping, the natural border has sort of fallen in a little bit. So I'm just taking the edger and just cleaning up the edge. That way, whenever I put the mulch in, it sort of helped keep the natural border where we put it. Now that that's done, I'm going to take my hand shovel, one that fits perfectly in between the natural border and the French drain, and just sort of dig out all of the loose dirt in between the two. As I began to dig the holes for the plants, I remembered how hard the ground was last year whenever we were trying to rip out all of the bushes and everything. So I'm going to have to make sure these stay well watered. If it doesn't rain, I'll have to water them with a watering can. But digging these holes on this side literally kicked my butt, and it made me dread doing the other side, because by the time I got to the other side later on in this day, which you'll see in part 2, I was dreading digging the holes. But to my surprise, the other side was way more moist and a lot easier to dig. So digging these holes really kicked my butt, but it was totally worth it once it was all done. I'm officially sweating my butt off. All of the holes are dug, and I put all the plants in there for now. And then what I'm about to do, now that all the holes are dug on one side, what I'm going to do is lay down the paper. A landscaper that we know recommended that we use like tar paper instead of the landscaping material. And we have a whole roll of the tar paper on hand, so we figured why not use that instead of spend more money than what we need to. So what I'm gonna do now is drink my cold water because I'm sweating, and take a break for a minute. And then what I'm gonna do is take all of the plants out of their holes because they're still in like the nursery pots. I'm going to lay down the tar paper and then cut holes where the holes that I dug are. So far so good. Digging the holes kind of kicked my butt because the ground in some areas were so hard that I couldn't use the big shovel. A couple of them were really easy. I think 3 of them were really hard, and that's why it took me so long just to dig the holes. In order to lay the tar paper down for the weed barrier on the side, I have to remove the plants from the holes that I dug, and then I'm going to grab the tar paper and just sort of figure out where I need to put it first. As I unrolled the tar paper, I took a razor knife and put an X on the holes that I dug. That way I remembered where they were and I didn't step in them. As I got over to this side closest to the camera, I realized that the piece of tar paper closest to the camera in the front is overlapping the wrong way, so I just got it and slid it underneath of the, I guess, second layer of the tar paper. That way the water flows towards the French drain and not under the tar paper for the weed barrier. What I'm doing now is I'm just taking my razor knife and just sort of tearing the tar paper away from the holes. That way I can put the plants back in. That way my holes stay where they need to be. The next step is to take all of the ferns and the hostas out of the nursery pot and put them into the holes that I dug. What I did while I dug the holes was place all of the loose dirt into this Lowe's bucket. That way I had some dirt to plant all of the plants with. Now for the most exciting and satisfying part is laying the mulch down. I learned to put the bags where I wanted to put the mulch, and then you just cut them. And while I was doing this, I realized that if I cut a T in the bag and then just flip it over and shake it, it came out of the bag way easier than just doing one cut down the middle. I learned that over the course of laying all this mulch down. So because I have never personally laid mulch down before, my husband and I went through the steps and the process of it, and he said to pretty much cover the amount of ground that the bag of mulch covers to keep the depth of the mulch. That way it doesn't move around and it stays thick and nice looking. So that's what I tried my best to do. There are some thinner spots, so I'm waiting for the mulch to settle in and sort of like calm down before I take more mulch and fill in the thinner spots. While doing this, I realized that using my hands to spread the mulch worked out way better because I could kind of control the depth of the mulch while I was spreading it. So I stopped using this tool and just spread it out with my hands. That way I could see up close where the thin spots were. So I'm going to let the music roll for just a little while I repeat all of these steps and lay down this mulch, and then I'll catch up with you in just a little bit. While I was mapping out the plants and figuring out where I wanted them to be in the landscaping, I realized that the corner of my house where the garage meets the house is kind of bare, but I'm not really sure if you'll be able to tell when the plants get bigger and grow in, because these are starts, and I knew that whenever I planted them, they would look kind of small and awkward looking, but they will get bigger over the next few years. But for the time being, I want to find something to put in the corner over on the other side. So I don't know if like maybe a like barrel with some flowers or like a bigger fern or something just to fill in that spot over there until these plants grow. If you have any suggestions as to what would look cute, definitely leave in the comments below, because I need some help deciding on what to put there. I am now filthy, sweaty, and my back is killing me. The one half is done. It looks so much better. I'm so excited. The only thing that I have to do for the side that I just did is add a couple more bags of mulch here and there. Like once it settles in, I'll figure out where I need to add, because I think there are a couple spots that are a little thinner than the other ones. And it's kind of hard to tell because I have black tar paper down and in the mulch and it's all black. And it's kind of shaded and it's kind of hard to see. So once it settles, I'll know where to add more. It is now 12:37. I'm starving, the kids are hungry, and because I am filthy, I mean, like my legs are covered in dirt and mulch, and my arms and hands and everything. I really don't want to sit down anywhere in here, so we're gonna go on the back balcony and eat a little bit of lunch. I cannot do any more of the landscaping until my Walmart order arrives. We thought we were gonna have enough of the tar paper for both sides of the house. Turns out I only had enough for one strip, and then like a quarter of the next one I even had to cut it in half to double it. So I have like a weed barrier like under the mulch sort of like fabric coming. We didn't want to use that, but tar paper is super expensive and I don't need that much. So I'm just gonna use the fabric, it'll be fine. So I got some of that. I got some stakes as well, like to secure the fabric into the ground. And I'm also gonna put the stakes on the other side because I didn't like stake down the paper or anything, and it's probably a good idea with like wind and things like that to make sure that's secure to the ground. So I'll like move the mulch around and pound those into the ground once they arrive. So I got 20 of the stakes. I got the tar paper, or not the tar paper, I got the landscaping fabric for under the mulch. I got a couple other things too. I can't remember, but it's coming in 3 hours or less. So what I'm gonna do now while I wait for that to arrive is do these giant pile of dishes. I'm gonna let the kids like come in and cool off and hang out and watch a movie while I do the dishes, just to sort of like have some quiet time and have a break. My back needs it. But I got pretty far on the other side. I didn't film any of it because my kids wanted to help me. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, I told them that they could help. Bless you! Goodness gracious. Oh gosh. Here. I told them that they could help with the other bigger side because I was gonna need their help. So that's why I didn't finish, or that's why I didn't film any of it. But maybe whenever the landscaping fabric comes from Walmart, just whenever it's delivered, I'll film a little bit more. So let's get these dishes done.
You have the time of your life every single night. The confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd. You're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that. What glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. Living your life through a lens, perfect pretending. You think no one can tell, but everything's just fake. Now you're becoming the person you once hated. You also used to say that. I tell myself I don't want that. What glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody. Be ooh, ooh, shit. You don't like me and we both know that. Can we just pretend we're grown-ups for a minute? You said you're sorry, but talk is cheap. You got away with it too easily. Can we just pretend we're grown-ups for a minute? You've been a mean girl since 95. That's your way of getting by. Well, you should get a taste of your own medicine. And I'll eat your heart out. Your ex-man is with me now. You've been talking shit behind my back just to feel good about yourself. But he's with me now. We're kissing on your old couch. I know you're trying to feel better, 'cause you're being bitter on your own. Eat your heart out. Heard you moved on, well, sure thing. I bet you're still thinking about him. Alone in your bed, it's getting late. You think, why'd you let him go? You think, why'd you let him? Hannah, eat your heart out. Your ex-man is with me now. You've been talking shit behind my back just to feel good about yourself. But he's with me now. We're kissing on your old couch. I know you're trying to feel better, 'cause you're being bitter on your own. Eat your heart out. Hannah, you had your chance and you blew it. So don't come round here acting stupid. Don't come round here acting foolish. Don't come round here acting all innocent. I know about the games you play. Well, you should get a taste of your own medicine. Hannah, eat your heart out. Your ex-man is with me now. You've been talking shit behind my back just to feel good about yourself. But he's with me now. We're kissing on your old couch. I know you're trying to feel better, 'cause you're being bitter on your own. Eat your heart out. Hannah, eat your heart out.
The house is pretty much cleaned up now, and the stuff from Walmart that I ordered arrived. The coffee that I ordered was out of stock, and that's totally fine. But first, I got these spiral anchoring spikes for the mulch, or not the mulch. What are these for? Maybe I might return these. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not. I thought these were a little bit different than what they are, so I'm not sure if I can use these. I'll ask my husband whenever he gets home. I'm sure you could. I can't see why not, but the paper might rip. So I got 2 packs of these. I might return them if I can, if we don't use them. But then I also got the standard weed barrier 3 by 50 feet, 3 foot by 50 foot stuff for under the mulch. My younger daughter needed some new shoes. Her little ones that I got her for the summertime are filthy and they're awful looking. So I got her some new shoes to wear out and about. And then I also got some grass seed. A couple of the places I'm sure you saw need some grass planted. So I got some of that to sprinkle around and let the grass grow in after I'm done with the mulch. So let's head back outside and put this down. That way we can continue with the landscaping. When I started to use the weed barrier fabric, I realized how much easier laying the tar paper is as opposed to the fabric. The tar paper doesn't move around. It pretty much stays where I put it, and the weed barrier fabric just blows in the wind and it moves around, and it's just so much harder to work with. So if you're going to be doing this project, I highly recommend spending a little extra money if you can to get the tar paper for your weed barrier as opposed to the fabric. I'm sure there are other ways to do it than what I did. I'm sure you can stake it down and cut the holes a little bit neater, but I just worked with what I had. So what I'm doing now is just going through and cutting the holes for all the plants. I planted all the plants off camera because my kids really wanted to help me, and I don't show them on my channel, so it was kind of hard to film. They really wanted to help me, so I figured why not let them. So what I'm doing now is I'm just cutting a T in the bag and laying the mulch down. What I did is I carried the bags of mulch from the trailer and put them on the landscaping areas where I was going to cut them open. That way all I had to do was just cut them open and dump the bag out. That way I didn't have to move it around too much. And I decided to spread the mulch around with my hands. That way I could feel and see how deep the mulch actually was, because my husband and I wanted to lay the mulch pretty thick. So I'm just going to repeat these steps through the whole process of covering this side of my porch in mulch. So I'm going to let the music roll and I will catch back up with you at the end of the video.
Begins to sing at night to warm. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry. And your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend. Our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. Just feel the wind. If you look close, you see the lilies dance and how they slowly grow. I'm counting years as they go by. Now all the lilies gone and aces brought to life. 'Cause at times I think of leaving. My mind takes me back to fall, when the snow begins to sing goodnight to all. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry. And your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend. Our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry. And your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend. Our love remains, but not this way. I'm in your garden as a tale. I know you'll meet me here one.
The mulch and the flower beds are now done, and my back hurts real bad and I'm starving. So my husband's home now and we are gonna go to Bob Evans for dinner. Instead of cooking, my husband is having mercy on me and is taking us out to eat for dinner because I'm so tired and I do not want to cook. So I took a shower and got ready, just like showered off really quickly. And my husband just got out of the shower and he's getting ready now.
All right, this thing on? Hold on, show you the plant lady. Gotta water them. Yep. So, I'm squatted down like this. I'd normally be like, I'm squatted down like this, so I'm not gonna adjust your tripod. Anyways, I did, that coffee has me zoom. But anyways, we are back from Bob Evans. Somebody did not film the Bob Evans footage.
I forgot, I didn't get it. I had a hamburger
The kids had pancakes. I had a hamburger. She had a hamburger. Wow, I am zooming. That's why I was so hyped for in the car. Anyways.
We're gonna stop talking.
She
You talked from the time we left the car wash.
I didn't I? Anyways, she's gonna water our plants, our new plants. They look really good. That's it.
Yeah.
How do I shut this thing off?
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you,
It is now 8:25. I'm exhausted. I watered both ferns on my front porch. I watered all of the new plants that I put in the ground, and then I also watered all of the grass that I planted. I figured I might as well water the grass as well for good measure. I'm ready to get in my pajamas and read my book for a little while and just sort of like wind down because my back hurts and I'm ready to sit down. So thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today while I got my landscaping done and while I got some chores around the house done. I will see you in my next one.